Consensus announcing Ethereum survives the SEC. Whoa, what was that? A 2-week battle here. Long and vicious, wasn't it? What a bunch of crap. The SEC announcing that they are dropping their investigation into ETH 2.0. And just to make, the free pass 2.0 even more clear, to make sure it's in writing that the world understands, they actually address it. Matters not of Ethereum, but Ethereum 2.0. Like, they're putting it in writing that they are not going to do any enforcement actions against, the Ethereum token, post 2.0, this new ecosystem we find ourselves in. Pretty wild. No one else can get this type of thing in writing. Ethereum has no problems here. Now, it's not all sunshine and rainbows here, though, for Ethereum Joe and the Ethereum ecosystem. Former regional director Mark Fagel said, well, did he address whether the SEC is still pursuing what they actually Wells noticed the company for, which is the staking and the Metamask issues? And to me, that was always the more interesting component. Ripple kind of cemented in their court case the token issues. Like, you're not going to have a lot of success if you go after Ethereum for the ETH token. They could have tried a different spin on it, but the MetaMask issues, to me, are more problematic because that applies to some wallets and ledger wallets and, whatever type of self-custody you are using. The U.S. government, whether it's the IRS, the SEC, the Treasury, they're really trying to classify self-custody as some sort of broker-dealer. And that, again, is problematic. Eleanor Terrett confirming that Ethereum Joe is carrying forward with his case versus the SEC, his lawsuit in Texas. Now, ETH Joe is saying we're doing this for the greater good so everyone can have the same clarity that Ethereum enjoys, and he's full of crap. The reason he's doing this is because they are still under Wells notice for their MetaMask and their staking issues, and so they must continue. So it's not all sunshine and rainbows for the Ethereum ecosystem, but make no mistake, this is a powerful free pass 2.0. It's almost like they looked at all the areas we criticized the Hinman speech and said, all right, well, we're going to upgrade this. We're going to make it even more powerful, put it in writing, and now Ethereum gets to be the one and only altcoin with an ETF, and you got in writing that it's not a security essentially, and so this kind of elevates things to a new free pass level. But what I would tell you is this is a game of chess, not checkers as they would say, and now this makes it very, very difficult for the SEC to pivot and go after other tokens. We saw the fits that Ripple gave them in court just with Citizen Hinman's speech, trying to say, well, Citizen Hinman says this, and these are the ways they are looking at Ethereum, and that should extrapolate well over to XRP. Well, now they would have to deal with, a very official letter, and they won't be able to make those same stupid arguments. It's going to be tough for them to go after tokens directly. I think this kind of blows a hole in most of their court cases that they would want to go after. Now, we are probably going to be stuck in this regulatory ambiguity for some time where Ethereum enjoys this free pass, but it's not going to last forever. We're either going to see one of two things happen. Some sort of regulations roll out that they're working on, very sensible regulations, that would be great. Or BlackRock, Fidelity, your big players, they're going to want to expand into the broader crypto space. And like we just saw with Ethereum, they're going to call the shots. They're going to make the SEC approve more ETFs. It's going to be interesting. Let's see how popular the Ethereum ETF is. I suspect it'll be less volume, less demand than we saw with Bitcoin. But that could change once we eventually get staking in those ETFs. Because right now, day one, when this thing goes live, likely on July 2nd, you're not going to get any staking rewards with that ETF. But that's going to change. And now when you have an ETF that also pays you a dividend, I think that's going to be pretty popular. We'll see it emerge and continue. Look, they're going to get some more runway of ETH Free Pass 2.0, but it ain't going to last forever. We are getting ready to open the floodgates and get access and integration to the broader crypto space, and that will be your Solanas and your XRPs and your Cardanos. It's going to roll off to your main crypto assets, and it's not so important once who the first one is through the gates. As soon as you get someone else along with Ethereum, it's only a matter of time when they all come flooding through. Now, at this point in time for Ripple, I think what's so important for them, they have a lot going on as well. They got to make sure that we have some success with this stablecoin. That tells us that they're serious about launching products and services, and they can do so in a successful manner. Now, I'm not talking about day one overtaking Tether. Tether's massive. I don't need to see that to say, yeah, Ripple's doing a good job and they're serious about building. But I want to see this stablecoin launched and used and getting some traction. And we need to get listings, not just on their puppet exchanges like Uphold and BitTrue. This thing needs to be on Coinbase and Kraken and Binance. Like, they don't have to get all of them day one, but you want some of these exchanges incorporating the Ripple stablecoin so we have easy on and off ramps. Has to happen. That will tell us they are serious, and they should be. I mean, this is going to be a cash cow for them, and I expect, they should be able to compete with your PayPals and eventually your Circles. Maybe long term, look, they could be the premier stablecoin. I don't need to see that, though. I just need to see some building, some success, some traction with this coin. And I can say, you know what? Yeah, Ripple's serious. They're building, real stuff here. And I will be personally ecstatic about that. Again, I'm not expecting number one in the world day one. I just want to see some traction. And they should be able to get this done. It's going to be a world-class experience. You are going to see a stable coin that you can transfer in seconds at low cost, very usable. And, they should do very well with this. We'll have to see it play out. Beyond that, we have a lot of new features coming. From Ripple's standpoint, they think they can offer a lot of services for DeFi, institutional DeFi. And there's a lot more demand there right now than there is for payments. We're like strangling everyone saying you need to adopt XRP for payments. And it's been tough, but people are begging. Institutions are begging for DeFi solutions. So we should see better adoption, quicker adoption with that. And they keep building and trudging along with their payments. I think it will work in a very symbiotic manner here. But beyond that, now that we have AMMs and bridging we're working on and on-chain oracles and a lot of stuff that builders need to build those systems of the future, I want to see some success out of the independent developers out there. And I think we're going to start seeing that. It can't just be Ripple. That's not a decentralized ecosystem. It has to be a lot of people. And I think with these necessary features and XRP's attributes, we will start to see, some useful systems emerge. So we'll be covering more of those as we go forward. But those are your two areas where you want to pay close attention to. Is Ripple, are they having success with their stablecoin? Are independent developers starting to get some traction? And I think they can now because you don't need to be listed on an exchange. You can, if at a very small stage, list your coin on the DEX, and you have that AMM that allows constant trading, and you can scale up in that type of system and get large enough where now exchanges want to start listing your token, and you've built out your ecosystem. I think they'll have all the tools to make that happen where before they did not. That's my hopes. We got to track it. But if you start seeing Ripple having success with that stablecoin and independent developers start to scale up and have success during a bull run, we have to utilize this bull run for real growth. That's what's key. Make no mistake, the XRP token, it's gonna rip. This is the first bull run where you can go to a US exchange, click a button, and buy XRP. It's never happened before. It wasn't like that in 2017, and we know because of the court case, it didn't happen in 2021. This is going to be the first time. That token is going to rip in value and daily volume, but you have to catch a bunch of growth with that. That's what's important for the long term. Do others go along for that ride? Do you see other independent tokens, see massive swell in value and adoption? And is Ripple using this time of excitement and influx of capital to grow their businesses in a way that you could really look at and say, you know what, that's substantial. That's going to pay dividends long term. If that happens, then yeah, XRP can contend with anyone in the world. If we just get a big hype run up and none of this other stuff happens, well, that's problematic for the long term. Let me know what you think down below. As always, please like, please subscribe. The revolution will be televised right here on Jungle Link.